In order to institute social distancing, which is their euphemistic way of saying isolation, LA County has paid workers with machinery to move sand into Venice Beach Skatepark. This attracted a lot of attention from people who felt that it was both costly and unnecessary. You have to wonder, with all of these issues that we're facing, is this a worthy allocation of resources covering a skate park with sand? They even had somebody guarding the place with the skate park taped off from the public. A measure like this seems more than just temporary, and it seems less about keeping the public safe and more about reminding the public of their place in the world. Venice Skatepark has been shut down, but more interesting, covered with sand and guarded by police. It's one thing to close something off to the public, but it seems entirely different to work diligently to prevent people from going to a park to this degree. When it comes to things we depend on the government for, they tend to fumble, make excuses, and focus on solving problems that shouldn't be a priority. However, when it comes to contracting workers to cover a park in sand, they seem to have all of their ducks in a row very quickly. I did find something inspiring within this story, however. Just one day after the video of the bulldozer dumping sand went viral, people showed up with buckets, shovels, brooms, skateboards, and even dirt bikes to make the most out of the situation. Especially in times like these, it is good to see people push back against things like this. There are measures being put into place that are over the line for the vast majority of people, but there are people who have been receptive to the fear campaign that the media is indulging in their never-ending quest to generate clicks, of course. Sure, a lot of these media outlets downplayed the severity of things before they couldn't anymore, but that doesn't mean that their intention is to inform you. There have also been reports of people being issued $1,000 fines, sometimes more, for going out and watching the sunset from their car. From their car! They're not even leaving their vehicle, and the police are still issuing fines. You know, you're not allowed to go outside. Some places are really enforcing that. It's almost unbelievable. It has also been interesting to me seeing the lack of media coverage on hospitals that are cutting hours and laying people off. I'm sure there are some hospitals throughout the country that are seeing a surge of patients right now. Based on my own experience and people I talk to, the majority of these medical employees are facing layoffs. While all of that is going on, elective surgeries are banned right now. Unless it's life-threatening, you're going to have to put that on hold. But just like in China, after the media campaign and the fear propaganda started to run a little bit low, videos of doctors and nurses synchronizing dances started to go viral. Lots of them too. Ask yourself this: when you have had a long week at work, legendarily busy, a steady flow of work that you will remember for the rest of your life. After a long shift, do you sit down and eat, relax, or do you organize and synchronize a dance? This is the sort of behavior of people who are wasting time at work. I fully support these people indulging in whatever way they want to relax. I'm not saying that it's wrong. What I am saying is it's a bit strange considering that if they're so overwhelmed, you would think that they would be spending their time doing something a little bit more important. Really, in the grand scheme of things, how important is a TikTok video? I'd say something is off about this whole thing, but that's putting it very mildly. Everything is off about this story. What's worse is that you can't get away from it. You go home, log into social media, and it's all over the place. You go outside and there are speakers reminding you to stay back. There are drones flying around. A video from CNBC also comes to mind. When redacted is unlikely to lead to martial law in the US. I seem to recall the media saying it absolutely would never come to that, but now it's just unlikely. Where have I heard that before? In the video, a law professor for Columbia University, Michael Paradis, assures us that not only is this event unlikely, but if it did happen, it would be a benefit for us.
The U.S. can look to the international community for how successful martial law may be in combating the virus.
One can think of the People's Republic of China. The use of very stringent measures, primarily quarantine and aggressive social distancing measures, but also aggressive testing and even isolation of people who show symptoms, seems to have proven to be effective.
Oh, it seems to have been effective. Well, as long as the ends justify the means, right? My, how this series of events have really lifted the veil worldwide. I'll end this video here, but I have a good clip to conclude with. Here is Nancy Pelosi, current Speaker of the House of Representatives, and a woman with a net worth of $16 million, begging for money to take on Trump. This is a recent video, meaning that she filmed this during our current economic crisis. So here it is, your moment of clarity.
Republicans are making it absolutely clear they want to unseat me. I refuse to let them attack our values. Can I count on you to rush in $10 before midnight to help me fight back? Thank you.